My name is Drew Cook, and I work for Lanz. I'm the Technical Development Advisor for the HVAC Service Department, which means I'm training technicians and bringing them up tech level scale to develop the best technicians possible.
And those technicians take care of HVAC. We talk about maintenance, right? What is one of the most overlooked things in HVAC maintenance that people really need to pay attention to, but they don't?
Well, the biggest thing about HVAC maintenance is it's dirt and neglect. 90% of all of the problems that we find, system failure, component failure, it's a result of dirt or neglect.
Why is that neglect happening? Is it because it's out of sight, out of mind? Is that the thing?
Well, it happens because we've done a terrible job as an industry of educating the public. You know, the automobile industry has done a great job because no one forgets to change their oil. They understand that if you don't change the oil, you're going to destroy the motor. But we don't understand that about the HVAC system. You don't drive it every day. It lives in your basement. It lives in a closet. You rarely see it, and you experience the benefits of it every day, but you're not concerned about it until there's an actual failure and you don't have heat or you don't have cooling. But it needs maintenance just like an automobile.
So it is kind of out of sight, out of mind. And for someone like me, I'm not very technically savvy. What am I looking for? What should I be doing to help get rid of this neglect and actually give it the attention it deserves?
Airflow is probably the biggest piece. Changing your filter regularly, every month, if you have a 1-inch filter. The thing about a furnace...
Wait, every month?
Every month.
That seems like brand new news. And a 1-inch filter is what? Probably, is that the most common?
That's the most common.
Okay. So you should be changing those every month.
You should. And you should be very careful about the filter that you're changing it with, because there are brands out there that are selling you something that really will reduce the amount of dust, but it also reduces the amount of air, and the system can't breathe, and you can actually harm your furnace by using the wrong filter.
Okay. How do we know what filter is correct for us?
You need a professional.
I would say if you told me go buy a 1-inch, I would probably see the first 1-inch filter and bring it home.
Yep. And the one that tells you it'll last for 3 months and it'll get rid of all of these allergens and all this. I mean, you definitely want it, and they're not lying to you. It will, but it does it by making a mesh that's so dense that it's hard to get air through.
So it's catching more, including more air.
Sure.
So while it's cleaning the air, not enough is getting through. Why is that a problem for your furnace?
Well, the whole purpose of the furnace is to bring air across the heat exchanger and absorb that heat and then move that heat into your house. If you reduce the amount of air, you reduce the amount of heat that you can actually remove from that heat exchanger. You'll crack the heat exchanger. It's one of the major problems that you'll find.
Because there's not enough air going over it to do its job more effectively?
Yeah, it can't breathe. It's too hot.
Gotcha. All right. Every month. What other new revelations do you have? I feel like...
Well, if you would go and just look at your furnace on the outside, it would probably look pretty clean.
Right.
Because there's nothing happening outside. Air's not moving through it. Regardless of how great your filtration is, some dirt is getting in your system.
Right.
There's a blower wheel that has to scoop air and move it through the system. It can collect dirt. There's coils that are wet in the cooling season that will easily collect dirt. So all that needs to be examined and cleaned if it's dirty.
Gotcha. And filter is the first step.
Filter's the first step.
Now, we've talked about heat. What about the AC unit?
Same thing. I mean, if you think about the outdoor unit, you have a coil that has to take the heat that it's grabbed from inside and has to reject it into that warm outdoor air. And, it's running and sucking air through it while we're running our lawnmower past it. And it's getting all this stuff inside of it that you really wouldn't see unless you open the machine up.
Gotcha.
And now it's plugged up just like a filter and it can't breathe. And the things that happens, you reduce your capacity, which is your ability to cool or heat your house, and you reduce the efficiency, which is you paid a lot of money for when you bought that system, and you're also reducing the life of the system because it's operating under conditions it wasn't designed to live in.
And so what's the easiest way for the layman to take care of that part?
You'd be better off to have a professional look at it, because now you're trying to spray it out with water. There's electrical controls. You could cause some real damage.
So have call you up first. Even if there's nothing wrong, just tell me what is going on with this. And then I assume, like we talk about physical health, you would then give a health plan of not exercise, but here's some things you need to maintain every week, month, year, whatever it is.
Yeah, so we go through a task list. And we're checking the performance of the system. There are components in the system like capacitors. That's a big one. It's a cheap part, and they do not last forever. They need to measure a certain capacitance, and it gets weaker over time. And as they get weaker, there's more stress on the motors that they assist. So big components, major components that are expensive, are depending on small components that we can replace for a much less cost to protect the bigger parts of the system. That's the preventative side of maintenance.
Gotcha. So if we're paying closer attention to those, it's a fraction of a cost to replacing the entire motor or maybe the whole unit itself.
Right. We're not interested in coming in and selling you a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need. Our concern is that the system is operating correctly, and that if we can prevent you from experiencing a major failure this summer or this winter by replacing a small part, we're obviously going to offer that to you.
And right now, recording this, we're in the middle of February. It's never too late to look at your furnace. But if you're having someone come out, if you're having furnace issues, is this a decent time to say, hey, can you look at my AC unit as well?
Sure. We do our spring maintenance is for your air conditioner. We like it to be above 50 degrees, but if we need to, we can come out, we can set up a tent to simulate outdoor air temperature. We have options, but you should have your AC maintenance every spring. You should have your furnace maintenance every fall. And that's not just because, Drew at Lanz says that you should. The manufacturer, their warranties all have a clause that say if you're not having annual maintenance done, your warranty is void.
Oof, okay.
Because they understand, just like we do, you're causing the system to operate under conditions it isn't designed to.
And again, no one's doing this on purpose. It's just think about you still want to be comfortable in your house.
Right. No one does it on purpose. No one.
Right.
And that's because no one's been educated. We've done just a terrible job as an industry educating the public.
That's why I called you guys first and foremost. Even if they aren't seeing any symptoms, they should call you.
They should.
Now, what are some symptomatic things that people can look for to know that maybe they need to call or maybe they haven't changed the filter? What are there any symptoms that are pretty typical that they can be like, uh-oh, I should call Lanz right away?
Sure. Most of the calls that we get where customers are asking for a first-time maintenance, they're hearing noise, or it's not as comfortable in their home as it was. It's feeling more humid, things like that. It's small things that they begin to notice that are outside the normal. Unfortunately, by the time it gets there, that's kind of like taking your car to the shop and saying, hey, I hear some knocking in the motor. That's something you can fix, and it could be too late.
So just get into the habit of getting those springtime checkups and those fall checkups to make sure that you aren't going to have to call you in an emergency.
Sure. And here's the benefit. We believe in it so much that if you sign up as a Comfort Family member and allow us to maintain your system, we'll give you 15 or 25% off of all repairs, right? Because we believe in maintenance that we're going to reduce the amount of repairs that you're going to need.
Gotcha. Because hopefully once we get you in and we start getting the regular maintenance, the repairs you'll be doing will be the minor ones.
Right.
All right. So the Comfort Family, give us some more details about it. What does that include when I become a Comfort Family member?
Sure. So when you become a Comfort Family member, you will get annual maintenance. You'll get a spring maintenance on your air conditioner. You'll get a fall maintenance on your furnace or whatever heating source you have. Might be a boiler. And you will get a plumbing maintenance where they'll take care of your water heater and all of your water fixtures. On top of that, you will get reduced dispatch fees, which is our cost for coming out. You will get 15 to 25% off, depending on the plan you sign up for, on repairs. And in addition to that, you will get prioritized. So like our Orange Comfort Family members are guaranteed same-day service as long as they call in before noon. You're guaranteed. When we had that big ice storm recently, we were about 100 calls that we had come in all at once. And, we have 8 or 9 technicians. You're not going to get to everybody that day. So the Comfort Family members, they move to the front of the line. And when there's a chance of your water lines freezing, busting, that is a great benefit.
That's pretty good perk. And where can they find out more about the Comfort Family members?
Sure, you can go to our website, lanzinc.com. We have all the information there. You can even see the contract there and see what it costs per month and all the benefits that come with it.
And you said there's more than one level of
There's 2
membership?
levels.
Okay.
Yep, so there's blue and orange.
Okay.
They both come with the exact same maintenance. You're getting the same thing no matter which one you choose. The difference are the perks.
But you're still getting those fall and spring checkups and the maintenance advice with all of that.
Another great benefit is now your filters are taken care of. We deliver all of your filters for the year to you.
Oh.
And we'll change the filters while we're there, but we'll also educate you like, hey, you need to change this every month or depending on what you have.
That's awesome. Having that, knowing my personality, knowing that, I need to change a filter every month. For me, then the process goes, okay, I have to remember, find out what filter I need, go get filter, bring home filter, then put filter in. But if I just have a reminder on my phone, hey, change a filter, and I look and there's a stack of filters waiting for me because you've delivered my yearly amount, I could just go, oh, I don't need to look at any of that. I just need to put it in like I was shown. And I didn't even have to learn. I was shown that. That to me, so much better. That's a huge thing.
Right. And we're checking the air pressure on your system. It's called static pressure, and we will help you determine what kind of filter you need.
That's amazing. So tell everybody where they can get a hold of you.
You can always check us out online at lanzinc.com, or you can call us at the office, 217-355-5512. And I would be glad to talk to you. You can ask for Drew. And